Hey everyone, my name is Rose and welcome back to my channel where I talk about everything to do with divination, its tools, their history, and much more. Today we'll be continuing where we left off on my previous video. So if you're just tuning in, this would be the time to click on my channel and start from the first Lenormand video, just so you don't get confused. But for all of you who are continuing this journey with me, on our last video we discussed a little bit about the Lenormand and how they are used. But today we are going to go a little more in depth with its history and some of the imagery these cards along with what that imagery entails in a reading. The Lenormand cards came into being in the late 18th century. Many of their symbols derive from those commonly found in coffee ground readings, another tool for divination. The oldest surviving deck dates from 1799 or 1800 and is currently kept in the British Museum in London. Originally named the Game of Hope, it was once but a parlor game, much like tarot. But as the years went on, the images on the cards proved themselves suitable for more esoteric purposes. The cards came to bear the famous name of the Sibyl of the Salons, Mary Anne Lenormand, also known as Madame Lenormand. Only after her death in the mid-19th century did the cards bear her name. She was rumored to have used a custom set of the same cards that are seen today, her own adaptation. Hers was a large legacy, having been the most celebrated psychic of her time. She was associated with grand figures such as Empress Josephine, the wife of Napoleon Bonaparte, and Tsar Alexander I of Russia. When Madame Lenormand died, her name was placed on a pack of cards made after the one that she used and effectively kickstarted a trend that was proved to be a mainstay on the occult circle of continental Europe. Over the next century and a half, the popularity of the Lenormand spread to Central Europe, the Balkans, Russia, and even Brazil. The English-speaking world, however, immersed in its love for tarot, didn't really get introduced to this beautiful deck of cards until about the 21st century, which me personally I think is quite a shame. I am a lover of tarot, but I do really enjoy the straightforwardness of a Lenormand reading, and I usually tend to mix the two together to get a more fuller picture of what I'm trying to understand when asking a question. Now, as you can see, the cards that I have right now are the Gilded Reverie Lenormand by, I want to say, Saro Marchetti. This one's the extended edition, or expanded edition, which means instead of the original 36 cards, this deck is a 47 card deck. It's got additional cards that come from the cousin of Lenormand, which is the Kipper. I tend to use them every so often. I usually say start either with one or the other, doesn't matter. But if you have the extended version, you need to really build up that understanding of Lenormand and use those extended cards. Now, with Lenormand, unlike tarot, where they have a psychological background of meanings behind the cards, with Lenormand, you just have these cards that really, the symbol that are on the cards is basically what you're reading. It's very straightforward. They don't make you question things. You can use your intuition, but these cards aren't as intuitive based. It is what you see is what you get. It is a pictograph of, like, when you're doing a reading, I want to know what's going to happen, and it literally tells you what is going to happen, like a story. Unlike tarot, where it kind of tells you the reasons behind what's going to happen. You can figure out a base of what you think is going to happen using your intuition, but the cards really don't give you as much information. So the first card that we have here is the Star, a beautiful, as you can see, well-made deck. The Star's main vocal points is, celebrity, wishes and fulfillment, you wish upon a star to get what you want. And basically that's what this card talks about. It talks about great things. And then you have the birds, and the birds talk about communication. They can talk about gossip. They can talk about just people around them. Anything that you think about when you think about birds themselves in nature. They're very communicative animals. They're constantly talking, singing, and same goes for this card. And then the third and last card you have is the letter. Now the letter can literally mean a letter, a written letter, mail. We are in the 21st century, so it could be email, it could be text message, anything to do with a correspondence. It could be legal or not. But again, all things very straightforward. And now, unlike tarot, where you can basically use one card and that would be your reading, most Lenormands, you have to have a combination to get a vibe of what's actually happening. So with these three, it would be just like if you were doing a pictography, you would add the pictures together to make a sentence and to understand. So if I was asking a question about something that's occurring and I got the star, the birds, and the letter, that to me would tell me that I would really get a lot of good news and a lot of communication, maybe multiple text messages or multiple messages. All good news though, all great news, possibly stuff having to do with my dreams coming true. And that's the difference between, tarot and it's psychological, whereas Lenormand is more the physical, occurring things, what people will do or what actions will be taken, what occurrences will be happening. I hope that gives you a little bit more based on the history of Lenormand and how Lenormand readings go about. This is the end of this video, but our next video, I will be doing a little bit more in depth in looking in how to do a Lenormand reading, mainly mainly a mini tableau, which is a 9-card spread reading with my lovely gilded revere. So if you have any other questions, concerns, or anything that you need clarification, or you just want to send me a message, don't forget to comment down below and I will get to you as soon as I possibly can. I always love interactions. Or you can subscribe and make sure that that bell is on so you get notifications and never miss out on new content every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of the week. Or if none of those appeal to you, you can always find me on all other social media platforms, which is Twitter, TikTok, or Insta, all of which are linked on my channel right by my bio. I hope to see you guys real soon for that reading with the Lenormand deck on my next video. Bye!